in this area whenever you're coding. You can just have it all like right here in front of you or wherever, how many indentions you have. I know I've seen to make Visual Studio all superior compared to code blocks and Dust 2++, but honestly, I've used Dust 2++ just a little bit, not really all that much, and when I did use it, I don't really remember all that much about it. I just remember that, oh, that's one other thing I can do about it. There's like a plugin manager in it that you can download libraries, or I should just say library manager. Plugin will work. I'm not exactly sure because I've not used it in such a long time, but we'll just call it a library plugin manager. Anyway, like I was saying, Visual Studio really does have its faults because it's very complicated. And what I mean by that is, oh, I could do that. Complicated GUI, which is the interface. Like, kind of like this. Say you're trying to look for, let's see what can I look for? It's not here. What's this? Oh, bottom border. Okay, say that we're trying to look for a table on here. So I don't see it here, so I'll assume it's here. It is. Okay. Okay, maybe that wasn't the best example, but yeah. But with Visual Studio, you don't really know what you're looking for to make your program the way you want it. It's kind of straightforward when you're first making your programs that you're not wanting to share, but if you're wanting to share with somebody that doesn't have Visual Studio, they're going to be getting a error before it's because the runtime library isn't static, it's dynamic, meaning that it's looking for a DLL file to see what it's trying to do exactly. Well, really, I don't really know. But it does say something about a missing DLL file if you don't set it up correctly. So we'll just say that. It tries looking for the DLL, but doesn't find it. Even though it doesn't or shouldn't reference anything in it. And also there's a debug. Well, actually, they all have this, but there's a debug mode. I actually like Visual Studio is better than Dust 2++. The one with Dust 2++, just because it actually, well, I don't remember if Dust 2++ did this, but it actually, Visual Studio tells you like what the variable has, or integer, string, whatever data type has. Let's see, what else? Did that, and it has that. I have no idea about this because I've not used code blocks before. And also with the new Visual Studio, this is talking about the Express. Huge I'm not going to say leech, not a huge leech, but I might as well. Because when you run Visual Studio, it takes a lot of your RAM, and when you install it, it takes like 2 gigs to install it, I think, after you install it, I think. I could be wrong. I want to check that real quick, just to be sure, and I'm not going to show you what's on my computer, just for well, not really personal reasons, but privacy reasons. I can show you this down here because it's not really there, or not everything I have anyway, but I don't really have much more than that. I'm just saying. Visual Studio Ultimate. Stop loading. Stop loading. And it doesn't say the size, I don't think. No, it does not. It's not moving either. But yeah, it doesn't say the size. But it says that's version 10.0.30,319. So yeah. Out of all three, I'd say that Visual Studio is most up to date. I'm just assuming because you can get updates for it from the Microsoft Update, Windows Update, Microsoft Update Center, or Windows Update. I'm sure you can get updates for it some other way, but those are the only ways I know of. That's the only way I get my updates. Also, another thing about Visual Studio. Oh, and I wasn't talking about the Express. The Express is like 200 megabytes after you download it. So, or not download it, but install it. That's what I mean. But what else was I going to say? I don't remember now. Oh yeah. This one is actually a huge problem. Microsoft made its own safety functions for it. And what I mean by that is that they claimed that some functions were unsafe and made their own, but I don't really see how they're unsafe. They can't really cause any buffer overflows or anything that I've noticed, and plus the safety functions are actually, there's no documentation on them. You can't learn how to use them, and there's actually extra parameters for them. So if you want to look that up, and you can be more than willing to do that, but it's mostly just with the string functions. More on that later. I'll actually point out to you what I mean when we get there. So yeah, I actually think this is all, except for code blocks, because I've really not used it. Out of the three, like I said, not used this one very much. I don't know how accurate the compiler is, but Visual Studio also has, and I'm sure Dev C++ and CodeBlox has this too, but I'm not completely sure because I didn't have a problem with them. But they have a warning disable command. Pragma. I don't remember if it's disable warning or yeah, it's disable. Like that. And you don't do that in any function or anything. You do that like where the headers and stuff are. But you just type Pragma. That's actually Microsoft's pre-processor header thing. It only works with Visual Studio. So yeah. But Pragma has more, or actually there's more than just that, but this is the main one I use. And for the main one I use, I don't really use it that much. So, but anyway, disable warning and the warning number. It'll say like C4907 or whatever. All you do is put the 4907 right here without these caret or less than and greater than. There. I'm getting used to calling them carets because it's in school, but that's okay, I suppose. Actually, yeah, I think .C++ is the most customizable. Now that I think about it, because you can actually change like the background color and font color. Well, you can probably do that in Blocks and Visual Studio too, but whoops. But .C++ is the only one I've actually messed with. I know you can change the font color, font, and font size in Visual Studio, but I don't think you can change the background color like you can with .C++. And now, I do believe that is it. So, if you have any questions, just leave a comment or go to infinitylogic.net and you'll be brought to this forum. Unless a drunken Canadian changes that. Hey, he's on right now. I was actually talking to him on MSN a while ago. I'm going to ask him how his video went, because he made a video also. Anyway, so I'll see you guys next time.